Live from the TD Waterhouse Center in Orlando, it's the Orlando Magic and the Washington Wizards. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Steve Kerr.
Starting at center, number 31, Darko Milicic. Starting at guard, number 10, Keith Bogans. Starting at the other guard, number 14, Jameer Nelson. Starting at forward, number 33, Grant Hill. Starting at the other forward, number 12, Dwight Howard. And your coach, Brian Hill.
All right, Steve, what does Orlando have to do here tonight?
Well, the idea tonight, Marv, is to try to slow down Gilbert Arenas and force him into some perimeter shots. He's excellent when it comes to driving the lane.
Remember, Gilbert Arenas was only a second-round pick of the Golden State Warriors. There are a lot of teams that, if they could do it again, would have selected Gilbert Arenas.
Well, no question. I think the reason he slid in that draft was because nobody was sure if he could play point guard. He was a two-guard in college. He doesn't have two-guard size, but certainly he has proven that he can handle the point.
Good job by Hayes. Hill got rushed and lost it. And Caron Butler not able to hit.
Mark, they did a terrific job getting the ball in the paint. Just didn't make the basket.
Nice play. Nice pass inside. Howard kicks it back out. Here's the pick. Butler on the hop. And Gilbert Arenas able to hit.
Marv, Arenas, of course, comes from a long line of great guards from the University of Arizona.
And Jameer Nelson able to hit on the rainbow shot. Arenas sets it up and able to knock it down.
NBA players are too good shooters, Marv, to leave wide open like that. They're going to make that shot 9 times out of 10.
Hayes wide open and rebounded by Howard.
Anytime you end up with a wide open shot, you've got to be happy. Hey, sometimes it just doesn't go in, Marv.
Arenas taking the distance.
Transition offense, Marv, begins with a defensive stop, but it's finished by a good outlet pass and a great push up the floor.
The ball will go back to the bench. Nelson finds the room. And the bucket. Arenas comes across. Oh, what a pass. Yes, from downtown, Caron Butler.
The Magic were obviously confused defensively there, Marv. Nobody rotating to the shooter.
Nelson with the jumper. And Jameer Nelson hits on the pull-up.
2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Butler penetrating. Butler to the line. He's 83% at the line.
Butler coming off a terrific first season in Washington, Marv, where he averaged 17 points and 6 boards for the Wizards, and that turned out to be a pretty decent trade for Washington, giving up Kwame Brown to get the talented Butler.
Nelson being played aggressively. Good job by Arenas. Nelson accelerating, and Jameer Nelson was looking for a foul call. Three and a half gone by in the first quarter. Orlando down by 3. Nelson gets it inside and kicks it out. And Jameer Nelson, so proficient on that catch and shoot. Got it off.
What a shot. That was great defense. He just made a spectacular shot.
Nelson able to break it down. Steve, I don't know about that call, and I know how difficult it is for the officials, but I'd go the other way.
Yeah, how can you say that? The offensive player came barreling down, totally out of control. I thought it was a great call.
Arenas sets it up. Oh, what a shot by Hayes. And fires one up. Hayward able to succeed with that box out.
Nice offensive possession, Marv. They just couldn't get the shot to go.
And Caron Butler could not finish.
Marv, as the game goes along, if they continue to hit the offensive glass, they'll make some of those second chance opportunities.
We're down to 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Orlando down by 2. We're down to the final seconds. Yes.
Jarvis Hayes for 3.
That's the end of the first. The Magic trail by 5.
Say no to Aussie. Demorou. É o som do Brasil.
Here's the inbounds pass. Howard with a cross court. Shot clock is down to 7.
Boy, he did a nice job of recognizing the situation, taking the open shot when he had it.
Offensive foul, so the ball will go back to the Magic. Delivery to Hill. Nice ball movement. Delivery to Nelson. Nelson looking to get into the lane. Draws the foul. Nelson at the line. He's an 84% free throw shooter.
Well, Nelson made Steve Francis expendable back in 2005-2006. The Magic traded Francis to the Knicks and allowed Nelson to become the team's starting point guard, and he really flourished at that point. Terrific shooter, excellent ball handler, very strong, deceptively so for his size, and I think he has a chance to be one of the top point guards in the NBA for a long time to come.
Arenas gets it to Butler, and the field goal. Nelson on the hop. Howard to the line. He's had his ups and downs, 57% at the foul line.
Howard was the top pick in the 2004 NBA draft by Orlando, and he is quickly developing into one of the best players in the NBA. An amazing athlete at 6'11", long arms, very active, and he will continue to get better as he works on his offensive game.
Nelson trying to stay in front of him. Good job by Bogans. Nice move by Arenas. And Gilbert Arenas slows the layup. Pass intended for Hill. And puts it down.
Gilbert Arenas.
Nelson looking for the opening. Wow, you can hear the impact of that collision. No question about the call.
Yeah, very physical play there. And Marvin, you know, I never used to take charges like that. I played what was called matador defense. Just let him go and get the ball back as quickly as possible so I could launch a three at the other end.
Steve on truth serum here today. Here's the shot by Butler.
Sometimes, Marv, this game is simply about putting the ball in the basket. This time they do everything right, but they come away with nothing.
Milicic on the quick release.
Maybe not the best of shots, Marv, but somehow he got it to go in.
Arenas, who has lots of space. And Grant Hill not able to score. Arenas being played by Nelson. Nice entry pass. Here's Hayes. Here's the shot by Hill.
This club is really pushing the ball in transition, Marv, and making life miserable on the defense.
Milicic had a hand up, and that changed the shot.
Very ill-advised shot, Marv, but really it's a result of a very poor offensive execution on that possession.
Milicic forcing.
Well, in a close game, Marv, you can't give up anything easy, and this team playing tough defense inside.
And Gilbert Arenas will put it home. Nelson facing the double. And Gilbert Arenas not able to hit.
I like the offense, Marv. They're doing a nice job getting to the rim, but you've got to convert that play.
Arenas being played tightly. And they clear it out. Shot clock down to 7. Handled by Nelson. And able to get it down low. Rebound by Hayward. Arenas being guarded. Nice pass inside. And Antoine Jamison hits on the pull-up.
Marv, he hit a terrific shot there, but you see the defense contesting that attempt. If they continue to do that all night, they'll be fine defensively.
Nelson at the line. And Jameer Nelson with 14 points. Arenas being played aggressively.
This is all coaches can ask for, Marv. Contest every shot.
Boy, he took the hit. Excellent play. And there's no question that was a charging foul.
Yeah, I agree, Marv. He moved his body, got excellent position, took the contact. That's a nice play defensively.
And the ball back to the Magic. Steve, you think he was a little casual on that play?
Absolutely, Marv. A mistake like that, I mean, that's an easy play, and yet he ends up throwing the ball to the guy in the 6th row.
Orlando trying to work it around, looking for a shot. Hayes coming over with some help defense. 5 seconds remaining in the half. Hayes to the line. He's 99% at the line. And Jarvis Hayes with 10 points. Final seconds, and he'll fire it up from beyond half court. And halfway through this one, the Magic trail by 5.
I want to some heads. I'd rather lie in the bed. I'm out trying to get. I'm just up in the club. I feel like crying. I feel like dying. Man. Thank you very much now. I wanna spaz out and throw a glass house with Joe. I know the time coming, support gon' bust in and try to find something, but no. My baby just don't understand. I ain't rich, just in advance, but she knows she better off than some of these baby dads don't even care. I don't kick it with cowards. This my career, you just rap in the shower. You ain't sacking no power, he ain't sacking. You ain't ready to ride, get your out that Impala. Holla, I'm on my grind, be back in an hour. I'm like the bully up in the class, just waiting for a chance. But then again, I used to get teased, kids say they acting white because they can read. Then again, ain't no benefit, fast cannot.
The Magic have to change their philosophy in the second half, Steve. And this has been a problem all season long. They're allowing teams to get those three-point shots off with very little resistance.
And I think a lot of that, Marv, is that they've been double-teaming the post and their rotations have been slow. That's what's leaving those shooters wide open.
Arenas sets it up, and Jarvis Hayes not able to hit.
Pretty poor offensive possession there, Marv. You've got to find a better shot for one of your better shooters.
Milicic fires one up.
Offensively, that's what they wanted to do, Marv. They got a shot in the lane, but they've got to convert.
And Antoine Jamison thought he was fouled, was looking for a call.
Well, with a hand in his face, he somehow manages to make it anyway.
Nelson setting up at the offensive end. Here's the shot by Howard.
Marv, in a close game, every possession counts. That's a mental error. Quick shot with plenty of time on the clock. Well, Marv, you make your bed, you lie in it. I mean, they left this guy out there already in foul trouble. Now he's got 4. We'll see if this team can stay in the game.
And Jarvis Hayes with 12 points.
For the Magic, number 1, Trevor Ariza.
They clear it out. Shot clock down to 6. Down to 3. Hayes coming over with some help defense.
Marv, if they expect to come away with a victory here tonight, they're going to have to get better shot attempts than that one.
Hayes got it down low. Jumper off the mark.
They've got to continue to rebound, Marv, because despite the fact that they're losing, they're really controlling the glass. You take a look at the numbers there, and eventually that really wears a team down.
Arenas with the move.
Gilbert Arenas.
Ariza at the line, first time tonight. And hits both. Arenas being played tightly, and Caron Butler off the mark. Here's Nelson, and Jameer Nelson not able to take advantage on the fast break.
Excellent job defensively, challenging the shot there, Marv.
Butler at the line.
Well, that's very important in a close game, Marv. Get your best foul shooters to the free throw line and accumulate some easy points.
And he makes them both. Ariza with a wide open shot.
Defensively, Marv, they were extremely lucky. They gave up a wide open shot. Fortunately for them, it did not go in.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Here's the shot by Hayes.
Well, the wide open look, Marv, a result of terrific offensive rhythm.
They double up. Nelson with a nice pass. Yes, and the foul. Howard back at the line looking to complete a three-point play. And he does it. Three-point play. Arenas to the front court. Accelerates. And Gilbert Arenas able to flip it home.
I love the way he uses his speed to get into the paint.
Milicic wide open and rebounded by Hayes. Hayes gets inside. Yes, and it counts. Hayes back at the line looking to complete a three-point play.
Well, Marv, he's able to finish the play because of the great body control as he goes up in the air.
Ariza gets it down low. Good job by Arenas. Bogans gets it inside. Handled by Jamison.
It's the wrong shooter at the wrong time, Marv. Clock winding down. Very poor offensive possession. Good opportunity here for a 2-for-1, Marv. They can get a good shot here and still end up with another possession.
Washington able to handle it. The jumper by Jamison. That's an 11-3 run for the Wizards.
This is really where you find out about your team, Marv. You're getting pounded. What are you going to do? Quit or keep playing?
2 seconds remaining. Ariza on a catch and shoot. And that's the end of the third quarter. The Magic trail by 13.
My guitar and get in the car.
All right, they're set to resume. Hayes being guarded. And Brendan Haywood was looking for a foul call.
I like that this club is not settling for outside jumpers, Marv. They're continuing to get the ball in the paint.
And draws the foul. Nelson to the line. And Jameer Nelson with 16 points. Nelson doing a good job on Arenas. And Jarvis Hayes comes up short. Yes.
Brian Hill needs to call a timeout here, Marv. This game is sliding away from this club. They've got to regain their composure.
And Caron Butler draws the foul, and he'll shoot two. Butler at the line.
Nice job there, Marv. This is the way to protect a lead. Get your best free throw shooters to the line in the second half.
And that's a 3-second violation. Steve, what do you think? Good call. I know you're constantly checking out those 3-second violations.
I thought it was a little quick, Marv. It looked like he was only in there for maybe 2.9, and all of a sudden, the ref calls it, and we're going the other way. That's a rare call. You don't see that often.
And I know the internal clock in your head is always operating.
Ticking, Marv, constantly.
Nice entry pass. And looking for the three. Yes, from downtown, Keith Bogans.
Well, beautiful perimeter shot there, Marv, and it's a result of solid offensive execution, and that's how they're going to get back into this game.
Nelson finds the opening. Nelson back at the line, looking to complete a three-point play.
Marv, this is the NBA. When a guy waltzes into the lane like that, you've got to crack him down hard.
And he makes it. And a 3-second violation is called.
For the Wizards.
Bogans on the hop. They were down by as many as 18. It's now within 9.
Well, at the very minimum, Marv, this team has proven that they've got some character. They're not going to quit. They've continued to battle. I don't know if they can win this game, but this was a really nice showing by them in the fourth quarter.
Ariza got it down low and gets the friendly roll. Arenas being played aggressively. And that's a 3-second violation. So the ball back to the bench. Ariza sits down and is replaced by Hill. And he puts it down.
Boy, it's fourth quarter, Marv. You can't give up such easy hoops.
Arenas on the drive. And the bucket.
Arenas. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Nelson has to force it. The shot clock running down. And Dwight Howard missed on the foul. Shot clock at 6. Down to 4. Butler with the shot. And Brendan Hayward converts. Good job by Arenas. And Jameer Nelson not able to hit. Butler, his pass picked off. He fires from downtown. Jamison rebounds. And timeout taken late here in the fourth.
Well, at this point as a coach, Marv, you just want to draw something up to get yourself an open three-pointer, because when you're facing this type of deficit, you got to knock down a three and then force a turnover. Try to create some havoc out there. You never know what's going to happen, Marvin. I mean, every year it seems like we see a couple of games where you think it's over and then a miracle occurs. So at least put yourself in a position where you can cause some kind of miracle.
And Jameer Nelson with 23 points. And Jameer Nelson called for the intentional foul.
Well, they're not in the penalty yet, Marv, and down late in the game here, they've got to force the action. I don't mind that foul at all.
Arenas at the line for the first time. Rebound by Hill. And Brian Hill wants to talk.
Well, at this point, Marv, you've got to put your best shooters on the floor. Facing this kind of deficit, probably need threes. So look for this club to draw something up to get a perimeter look. And then at that point, force a turnover. If you can't do that, you've got to foul and hope that the other team misses, because this is really desperation time.
And scores. Nelson is 8 for 18 from the field. The Magic are over the foul. Arenas to the line.
Well, smart play there offensively, Marv. Getting the ball to one of your best free throw shooters. Now you've got an excellent opportunity to close out this game.
And Gilbert Arenas with 23 points. Orlando takes another timeout.
Well, Mark, facing this kind of deficit, you're really in big trouble, but what you try to do is get a quick three-pointer off. So maybe a flare screen or a quick pick and pop. Try to get a shooter open, knock down a three, and then you've got to force a turnover. If not, foul and send somebody to the line. But either way, they're probably in trouble at this point.
Will sit down, replaced by Nelson.
Number 14, Jameer Nelson.
Nice pass inside. Bogans at the line, first time tonight. Hits both. And Jameer Nelson has fouled out.
This is why this is an excellent ball club, Marv. They execute well down the stretch, getting the ball into the hands of one of their better foul shooters with the game on the line.
And Gilbert Arenas with 25 points. Bogans with a nice pass. Yes! Howard is 6 for 11 from the field. Arenas sets it up. Nice ball movement. And they clear it out. That's it. This one's over. The final score is 66-58. Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr saying so long from the TD Waterhouse.
When I think y'all should hide from me, loosely with your work, do it quietly.